Throw out the graham crackers, throw out the frosting. It's time for a dessert upgrade. Warm maple syrup toasted with hazelnuts and chocolate ganache goodness. Becky Low with the Dairy Council of Utah and Idaho is dishing up a slice of her chocolate maple fridge cake, and you're catching me. I'm snacking. I wasn't quite ready for that commercial break to be over. Hey, so I came into the kitchen and I said, maple chocolate cake, and Becky went, yeah, like this is rich, this is gooey, this is good.
This is extremely rich. You want to just take a sliver of it. And it's just a fun thing. Okay, it's an ice box, or actually it's more of a fridge cake. Ice box, you think of those globs of stuff you put out on the, that have Cool Whip on them, and they end up with a glob.
We'll ruin our appetite. Why don't you?
This is not that. This is a
cake.
Nice, yeah, and it's a British recipe.
Okay.
And it was put in the ice box or the fridge, and so that's where it comes from.
Okay.
And this is really rich. In fact, it's said that Queen Elizabeth likes a slice of this with her afternoon tea.
Like the current Queen Elizabeth?
Yep,
oh
yep.
my goodness. Well,
yeah,
here we go.
in fact, Prince William used this as his groom cake.
He did?
A version of this, not this particular recipe.
You making us all royal. No, he didn't use your Becky Low recipe for his groom cake?
Well, I forgot to send it in time.
What was he thinking? Well,
yeah.
That introduces kind of a unique ingredient to me, and this is what I was snacking on during the commercial break, are these cookies. Cookies,
actually called biscuits. In England, you call them biscuits, but it is, for simplification, it's just a cookie.
It's a cookie.
Even though, in England, then cookies are actually a little bit bigger. Now, I also have to show you this. I laughed and laughed and laughed about this digestives. Now, that's revealing my Western hemisphere.
Listen, whoever named this biscuit should be hit across the head. They're called digestives?
They're called digestives. Actually, McVitie's are the one that started in Scotland, and they thought they said because of the high soda content in it, baking soda, that it was good for your digestion. Well, you still call it digestives.
Okay.
Now
they taste good.
Let me show you this. It's kind of like, for want of a better description, like a graham cracker, but it really is not a graham cracker. Okay, so we're going to put some of those into, we want to coarsely chop them. It does.
It has that same flavor.
Actually, when you get them, I like the chocolate coated ones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're talking.
So, yeah, just a little bit more there. Okay, let me throw these into our bowl.
Yep.
This is actually an extremely easy, oh, you know what? We've left a few behind. Now, these are best if you buy them at a British market, or you can get them at Cost Plus World Market.
Oh, okay.
Or you could order them online, but then you have to just a little bit more. Okay, next, you've already talked about that we're putting some nuts in it, so some hazelnuts. So I've toasted those in the oven ahead of time. Put those into our pan.
In they go?
Yep. Now, you could use graham crackers with this, but the taste is going to be completely different. Okay. Okay, next thing is that we want to bind all this together. So what I have, here's where the richness comes in. We have some butter and some white chocolate chips that we're putting in here and melting. I'm also going to put in a little bit of Nutella.
Okay.
Okay, so it does have a little bit of chocolate.
Is it Nutella or Nutella? Have we decided
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm asking. We should
I'll
take
just
a poll.
put in maple.
We should take a poll. We'll make it a Facebook poll or something just to be official. Okay.
Okay, we're also putting in some maple flavoring because we want this just a little bit more of a maple.
Just a hint.
Right. Okay, now if you're in England, you might use Lyle's golden syrup, but I'm here in the United States and I like syrup, so I'm using real maple syrup with this. Not pancake syrup, real maple syrup.
Yeah, I'm sitting here hoping I didn't offend all of my British friends by making fun of the name of their probably favorite cookie, but sorry.
It is really good. As soon as I was told this is delicious, I was sold. Okay. I was sold. Okay, let me just stir this together for just a second. In fact, let me show you this next part. In fact, I'll do that while you stir and just get those completely mixed. Okay. Okay, but you need to pass me the pan while we're at it.
Got it.
Okay, not that one, the round pancake pan.
So bossy.
I know. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Okay, easiest way to do this is that you want to line a 9 or an 8-inch cake pan with foil. You could use a springform pan and you're going to have a little bit straighter side if you do that, but I'm just using this much. Okay, line that ahead of time and we're going to put it inside. You also want another one so that we can pack that down in as we're going. That's good. Okay. Coat it on.
Coat it on.
Put it on and toss it just like you're making Chex Mix.
Got it.
Okay, this is so good.
How do you think Queen Elizabeth would like to, if we compared her favorite cakes to Chex Mix?
Don't tell her that. Okay, next, now you just kind of coat that around.
Okay.
And then dump this into our pan.
Feeling pressure. I'm feeling pressure.
No pressure, no pressure.
All of it?
Now, yeah. Put it in, and this is a little bit on the warm side, and so you can see there's an extra juice to it. But as soon as it starts to settle, you can start to see that part.
Oh.
There you go. You know, pack it down in as much as possible, and then you use your other cake pan to settle that in, put it in the refrigerator, and let it set up.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here it is. It's already set.
I feel like something's about to happen. Here we go. When is going to happen?
Sorry about that. We're going to unmold this cake.
Okay.
And the nice thing, you know, here's our cake pan. We'll move it off to the side. If there's lumps on the surface that we didn't get it quite smooth enough, then you could trim those off, because that will make a difference on how it's going to set.
You do want an even surface, as best you can.
And you'll also tip it upside down, so then you do have an even surface.
Okay.
Okay, next thing is that we want to put some chocolate ganache on this. And so I have a little bit more syrup, some cream, and some milk chocolate chips. If you use the semi-sweet, then it's a little bit too much. Okay, let me just quickly stir that in.
So we've got the maple flavoring in the actual cake and then in the glaze.
And just a little bit in the glaze too. It just makes a very unique, yummy flavor. Sorry, let me just quickly mix that, and I'll tell you what we do.
All
right,
now who's filling it?
I am. We have all the time in the world to do this, right?
Of course we do. Yeah, all day. Just take your time.
Okay,
my producer's loving that we just said that.
You're not counting minutes there. All right, now the best way to do this ganache is if you put it into the center, and don't put the whole thing on at once. Okay, so we'll just pour some out into the center and let it puddle out.
Let it spread.
Yep. And then we'll use a spatula and spread that to the edges until it starts to drip off the edge. Okay, and because this is nice and cold, it's going to set up fast. Oh, I don't have my chocolate quite melted there, but that's okay.
But you want an even coating, just a thin layer of that ganache on top.
And if you do this in stages, you are going to have a nice smooth glaze. You can see that just kind of pouring over to the edge.
Becky, you
let it set for just a few minutes.
Hold us all in with this one. And how do you top it off? How do you finish it?
Okay, some chopped up hazelnuts.
Of course.
Or filberts. Or cob nuts. Is that what I
don't
learned
know
today?
what you're talking about.
That's the nut. You know, they're actually hazelnut, but they're also called filberts. And I learned today that they're also called cob nuts.
And we learned with you. What are these right here?
Oh, white chocolate. That's what we put into the base of the cake.
Does this not sound delicious? We are all just dying to try a slice of this. So pinkies up, Queen Elizabeth. We now share your love for this cake, although we prefer Becky Low's version. So there it is. Thank you so much. The recipe for this, all of the instructions on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Just click on the recipe tab.